We're back. Week 11 of Friday Night Pints. How are you, Johnny? I can't hear you, Johnny.
Nick just texted us too. He goes, make sure you unmute.
You gotta unmute.
Not interested. I'm hot as hell right now. It's like 10 billion degrees in here. I don't know if I'm gonna make it to the show without passing out.
Are we still air conditionerless? I mean, obviously, right?
No. My house. I'm at my girlfriend's house. It's just I'm in her dad's office, which is probably probably used for business things often. I'm gonna say I don't know, stupid shit sitting in this chair now, but there's no air conditioning.
Is everybody home right now or what?
No.
Okay, I was about to say, let's talk about sex. What do we got here?
I go fucking sit in the car on like a Zoom on my phone for the people who are home.
That would be insane. I've never
if people are home, I just quit. I just find a new job.
Yeah,
it's like you have to do Friday Night Pints or you lose your job. I'm like, all right, man, I'll fucking go work.
He was on the back porch, but he was there with the whole family when he was doing his.
Who's that?
Ken Jack last week. I mean, he had his mother-in-law come up.
Yeah, that's right. I forgot about that.
Crazy.
That's too much.
I'm riding high right now. First of all, I got my Miller Lights. Second of all, we'll have Yannis Pappas on from History Hyenas with Chrissy D as our closer. Third of all, I'm on to the Sweet 16 in beer pong.
You won.
Uh-huh. Beat up on Rowan. We had a pretty good match. We had a pretty good showdown.
Look at you, dude.
Yeah, man. I'm getting back in the groove. I got that Friday feeling, man. So
we've been drinking since 2 p.m.
What's that?
So we've been drinking since 2.
I was dabbling. I'm not. I've not been heavy drinking since 2 p.m. But
I like that.
I got Big Ev in the next round, aka Slim Ev. So I mean, I think I'm gonna win this thing, John.
Is there a prize? No, because Dana.
No, we talked about that today. So the winner faces Mike Stud. It's like the Bolina Cup Mike Stud edition and Post Malone edition.
What is this? What is this Bolina ball? It's first of all, it says ball in a cup. Ball in a cup.
No, that's the point. It says ball in a cup, but it's like a name, like Bolina, like Paulina.
It's a stupid name. I give it a 0. I don't like it.
If Mike and Post Malone come up with it, it's cool. You're wrong.
No, that's not how it works. First of all, I didn't know they came up with it. I
thought it was Post Malone now. You're gonna tell Malone what's cool? You think that you're more of a tastemaker than Post Malone?
Who's redefining what beer pong is called? It's called beer pong. It's called Beirut. One of those two. That's it. I call it Beirut myself.
Yeah, you would call it Beirut because that's white privilege.
You know what? Honestly, now that I think about it, I don't think I do anymore. I definitely did. I think at some point, probably around when I switched from in milk chocolate to dark chocolate, I just started calling it beer pong. It was just like a flip. Where it was just like. I guess I call it beer pong now. I don't know. I always called it Beirut in high school and shit, but I don't fucking know.
It's on the beer pong, and that's problematic now anyway. Plus, I think the world just moved over. I think everybody Beirut.
Why? Name.
Isn't it like you're throwing bombs like in Beirut?
It never made any sense. Where's Beirut? Lebanon?
Yeah.
I don't get it. I don't get that either. Beirut is like. It's a drinking game.
Yeah,
it's not even, you have to change the name of the town. The town needs to be renamed. The drinking game that stands.
I don't know who came up. That was a weird one. Could you imagine? First of all, could you imagine being the two dudes? Because somewhere along the way, there was a couple guys who were like, let's fill up these cups and throw balls in them, and they.
Well, that's not how it started. That was an adaptation. It was actual ping pong. I played it with my dad before. That's how they used to play it. Where it's it was. I think if you hit the cup. You just had one cup, and it was full of beer. And if you hit the cup, they took a sip, and if you got it in, they drank.
So that's like a beer guy mixed with beer pong sort of thing. Playing with the paddle is preposterous.
I think it eventually, probably just as society progressed in realizing that we're lazy, it was let's be able to play this sitting down. I'm tired of running around.
This is fucking hard. I don't you got the paddles. It's not easy. Let's just put a bunch of cups together, start tossing these balls. But those guys were probably just I don't know. It's beer. It's ping pong. It's beer pong. Let's go. Why would you call it Beirut? Why would you be all right, you know what this is like? Beirut, Lebanon. We're bombed. That's such a stretch. That's crazy.
It's a humongous stretch. Maybe it was started in Beirut.
I mean, there's got to be a better reason than just like it's just like Beirut. That makes no fucking sense.
I mean, there's a 0% chance it was started in Beirut, but maybe
0. It was started in some white kid's backyard. We know this, you know. I also went back to the office today, so I did radio and played beer pong there, and it's I don't know. It's a weird scene. It's gonna be strange, I think.
I'm going back day one. I don't know if you have to like apply to be able to be in the first 25%. Day one, I'm back. You're done. I'm done. I'm so fucking done with all.
Yo, and by the way, we got the email saying we're shooting for July 6th, and I was like, oh shit, all right, like, you know, quarantine's coming to an end, and then I realized it's a full fucking month away.
Well, it's a month away.
So long. Like we've been in it for most of March, all of April. We've been in it for like 3 months, and we're gonna do like a whole other fucking month. That's a big ass chunk. So
if you do the math, that's 1/3 of the year. I was saying the other day, like by the time we get like it's gonna be July, and we're like, I've been inside just for half a year.
I know.
That's a long ass fucking time.
Crazy, man. Even just like putting on regular I didn't even really put on regular clothes. I'm still wearing like regular like lounge pants, but putting on shoes, getting out there, driving in, going up. It's like it's weird how quickly it kind of like got. Are you more worried about the virus? Oh, that ice cream dude. John's apartment when he goes back.
Here's the thing: we need people to stop talking about it because my roommates are going to start asking questions. I want to be able to get there and fucking just be like, I don't know what happened. But if everyone's just talking about it all the time and everyone knows I left candy and ice cream and shit in my bedroom,
you're going to come back and there's just going to be like, you know how everybody said that the New York City rats were starving to death because they couldn't get any food and they were searching for a new source. Their headquarters is going to be your apartment. They're just going to be sitting on your bed eating ice cream like this belongs to us. Like the Night King. They're just going to stand there and be like,
yeah. I'm going to get in there. Some fucking rat's going to crawl out of my fleshlight. You've been using it as a bed. I'm just kidding. I don't have that anymore. I threw it away.
Did you?
I threw it away because I was scared my cleaning guy was going to find it.
Oh, that would be mortifying. You just blew a load in a fleshlight and just threw it under your bed, you sick fuck.
I wrapped it. I threw it out in the fucking trash chute in the hallway, and I still like wrapped it in a bunch of other trash. Like someone was gonna like somehow they could find it was mine. I don't.
This is from 3D. I know these guys. The fleshlights up there. We got a big ass lineup for you. We got Kmarko. We got PFT. Kate. We got the Mixtape Boys. We got Carrabis, fresh off of his loser shaves their beard match, which was he put it all on the line for his beer pong showdown. So and then we got Yannis from History Hyenas and partners with Chrissy D. So we've got Kate just said she looked up the history of why it's called Beirut. Yeah, it's not great. Like it's super problematic. So we'll talk about.
There were two really good friends playing ping pong in Beirut one time, and they got bored and said, "Let's make this a drinking game." That's how it will forever be in my head.
Let's go to Kmarko. Let's bring in your boy Keith. We were supposed to have Keith on last week, and then he ditched us. So
what's up?
You ditched us last week, so now you're on this week.
I ditched you.
You did.
I ditched you. Okay. All right. Sure. I'll go along with that. Hold on. I took notes on your intro that I wanted to say. Ball in a cup. Terrible name. John. Correct. John, immediately knowing that Beirut's in Lebanon, I was blown away.
Yeah.
And last thing, The Office. Oh, yeah. And it's not everyone going to The Office. It's going to be staggered. So you may not even be going on July, whatever it was.
I said, I'm applying. If we have to get applications in, I'm applying. I'm going to go. What do they call it when you like go to college?
It's not applications.
Early decision.
Early decision. Yeah, I'll apply an ED to it for sure.
We had a meeting today where I just had to go through everyone in content and just mark if they like should be there or not be there.
What did I guess? When do you guess everybody will be back?
All together?
Yep. Or just even like the last wave or whatever. I don't know.
I have no idea. I know it's like the people that absolutely need to be there for content reasons, like you guys will be there for sure. Although I didn't submit it yet. I wanted to see how this went first, like if I actually got on this time to send you guys in.
Yo,
you guys will be
act like I can't do this forever. You can leave me off that list. I don't give a shit.
I can do that. I will be the last. What do we have? 200 people plus. I will be the last person at Barstool into the office. I'm the least essential to being in the office. Like I can do my job here 4 times better than there.
Well,
I'm good.
Didn't we kind of prove? I mean, like chemistry aside, and like stepping over each other and you talking aside, like we all can do this shit from pretty much anywhere now.
Nope. Wrong. This stinks.
I was shocked when John and I were texting, and he was like, "I'm ready to get back," and I was like, "I could not disagree more."
Yeah,
I'm good. What?
There's a lot I miss. Okay, I fucking like you guys. I like a lot of people in the office. I miss just like most of our ideas. What's the phrase? Thinking happens in conversation. Most of our ideas just happen like bullshitting sitting at the table. We don't fucking do that anymore. I'm out of ideas.
If we ain't talking, I got nothing.
No, I totally agree.
Like when we put out an episode, I haven't thought that like our quality has dipped. I think they've been like just as funny as
I think audio quality's dipped. We don't listen to it.
That's true. I mean, listen, if you're on the listening side, I don't know, go fuck yourself. I'm talking about from this side of things. I don't think that like I never finished a show and been like, whoa, that was tough. Like that wasn't funny at all because of like the computer.
Oh, I have for sure. Almost all of them. Because like we did one show where we couldn't have the video open because we couldn't look at each other because our mouths were so off the words.
I still thought that was funny. Maybe.
It was very fun. Look, we're funny. The show was funny, but it was frustrating to have to do.
Yeah, no, I feel you. I get it. It's not easy. But
geez, I like that Noah hat, by the way. Shout out.
Oh, thanks. It's for charity.
It's for charity.
I forget which one. I just know it's.
Have you ever watched the Kenny Beats the Cave with Zach Fox? He's wearing that hat in it. I watched it last night. That's why I thought of it.
I don't know any.
Funny.
No.
It's
any word, every word in that sentence, I didn't know what it was.
It's one of the funniest fucking things I've ever seen in my whole life.
Okay,
and then
I'll watch it.
I'm gonna send it to you, and then watch The Genius, them explaining the lyrics and stuff. 10 out of 10. It's probably the best.
Send it. Text it right now. I wanted to say also what an honor it is to be here with Mr. Social Justice himself, KFC Barstool. Single-handedly, I think racism is, if not all the way gone, pretty much gone.
Well, I'll tell you what's definitely gone. I'll tell you what's definitely gone is my racist tag is no longer. You can't be like, oh, okay, she's the racist one. Not anymore, motherfuckers.
You sure can, because it took me a while to fully get into it and think you weren't just like joking. Like I was like, oh, this is coming from Kevin. Does he really mean all this? But you did. I'm dead serious. I've been proud of you.
You are a motherfucker right now. You are a real motherfucker.
No, I know you're anti-Semitic, but but the racism thing,
until something happens to your people, you stay out of this. This has nothing to do with you guys.
Exactly. For what you're doing right now, you've done a great job. I've really enjoyed it. I'm a big fan.
Speaking of that, did you see the video? It like just before we went live, Kevin, someone tweeted at us. It's like a video of Oprah in like 87 and she's in a crowd. I don't really know exactly the context of the video, but some racist ass dude stands up and he's saying white exactly like we described to how like like you switch the W and the H. He's like, I'm on the board to keep some town in Texas white. And I was like, oh, boy. He says it like 5 to 7 times. It's like it's for white people. It's exactly how we described it. It's spot on.
If you say white, you are the most racist person in the world. Absolutely. I had somebody.
Good indicator, yeah.
Some dude was chirping at me saying that I can't say all the shit I've been saying because I made the Al Jazeera Al Qaeda joke. I was like, oh, I don't know, man. Yeah, there's gonna be you can do the this you with me all day long, but I still don't think that we should like beat the shit out of old people and murder black people and stuff. So whatever, Keith, fine, whatever you say, man.
Yo, speaking of that,
I think you've been great, Kevin. I think you've been great. Once I realized that you were for real, it's been a pleasure to read, and I'm glad racism is almost gone.
Because of me.
Yes.
Yes. Good. Just want to know. All I'm doing is for the credit, okay?
That cyclist today.
Oh,
I didn't know you were on, I forgot you were on radio. Like I wouldn't have I was just texting with my buddy. I wasn't texting with a host on Sirius.
Yeah,
did they find him?
Put it out there real quick. I think it's true.
Zucker got it right away, and it's like Feits says, I was like, hang on, I was just texting with Kevin.
I mean,
did they get him for sure?
I mean, it looks a lot like him, and I don't know. That to me, if the cyclist who like manhandled that little girl is also a shitty cop and his son's a shitty cop, then we're officially in like a bad movie. Like everything is just like it's a predictable script at this point that is like, come on, Hollywood says no to this bullshit. That guy is such a fucking asshole. He's such a fucking asshole. It's insane that there are people. It's crazy. It's so crazy.
Also though, like the guy filming that, like there's Fight versus Flight. Fight should have kicked in at some point. Like you just can't run.
Was that the
guy chasing you with a bike?
Do we know any information about that guy? I was busy for a few hours. I didn't catch up on it. Was he like? Because I too wanted to be like, why the fuck aren't you doing anything?
Oh, you mean
is he like a kid? The guy filming, was he the dad? Was he? Who was he?
That's a good question. I don't know the answer.
I could imagine he might be like a 12-year-old boy who was like walking around with the girl putting up posters. Yeah. So that guy was probably beating the shit out.
I was figuring it was the girl's dad, but yeah, you're right. It could have been.
That's what I thought. Yeah. So I didn't want to say anything until I knew. But like, I mean, if that's the dad, that's.
Yeah, he's the worst dad.
You gotta at some point. Like, and then I'm a flight guy. If it's flight versus fight, I'm a flight.
Big
but
time.
At some point, fight has to be like, look, it's my.
And then he was like, "What are you doing?" While the guy was like running his bike at him, he was like, "What are you doing? What are you doing?" I was like, "Dude, he's gonna hit you with a fucking bike."
Yeah.
That's what you're doing. Okay.
What I've learned between that video and like the Reno 911 video of the Florida, bottom line, you cannot look tough when you're in your biker outfit. Like him, that the dickhead like running after that guy with like his like shoes clopping around, and those dudes they're putting the kickstand down. Everybody on a bike looks like a fucking dick.
Dude, the fact that they didn't like let those guys do a second take is like the meanest thing that's been done to a cop this entire time. Like you didn't let them. Hey guys, you look like real assholes here. Like you couldn't even get your foot. Like that skid, first of all, sucked, and it was on wet pavement. Wet pavement, you skid like a son of a bitch.
Well, they're not going fast enough. They didn't get enough speed to get any good skid going there. The whole thing was fucked from the start.
And he hit his foot when he was coming off of it. The whole thing was fucked up.
This was awful.
And then he stands there like, oh, it's so fucking bad, man. I mean, I would. Do you think that they thought they were going to look cool, or you think as they did this, they were like, "This is so fucking stupid. I can't believe Sergeant."
No, they thought they looked cool.
Yeah, definitely.
It's
right.
one of those things like it's impossible for me to understand that little self-awareness because I'm painfully self-aware. I'm like, you thought you looked good doing that for real? Like honestly, in your head, you're like, I look awesome right now.
Let me ask you, do you think that because of what we do, we're like keenly aware of that shit? Or do you like if you didn't work for Barstool, would you be like so hyper aware of lame shit on the internet? I feel like I still would be like, what are you fucking guys doing?
I think yes, that obviously plays a huge factor. But I think the problem with cyclists is we don't have enough mirrors on streets because they never get to see themselves. Right. And if you saw yourself, you'd be like, whoa, this isn't what I thought it looked like at all.
Dude, I used to live with a guy. I lived with like it was me and 3 other guys. 2 of them were like my best friends. And then the 4th guy in the apartment, our other friend vouched for because he just wanted us to get an apartment so that he had a place to crash. He couldn't move into the city. He was like, yeah, take this guy. He's cool. You'll like him. Day 1, he comes out of his room in the full cyclist gear, helmet on, the lock-in shoes. And at this point, we were like 25, where it was like, we don't tolerate anything other than drinking and having sex with girls. So this guy comes out like, I'm going to go exercise on my bike. And I was like, how could I possibly live with this fucking guy? He also used to cook grilled chicken on top of the toilet, the back of the toilet. He would put a George Foreman grill and cook in the bathroom. And then also this fucking guy would buy like a toothpaste. Yeah, in the fucking bathroom, John. I don't know why he did that, to be perfectly honest.
You got a blog about this guy. Which one? Was this your apartment that I played beer pong in?
Yes, it was that.
Excuse me. Ballina Cup. Where I played Ballina Cup.
Where Keith was playing with Jack Daniels like a fucking lunatic.
That was a good memory, yeah. Your friends though didn't know who I was.
Yeah, nobody knew.
Who's this fucking guy? Yeah. What was that for? The launch party? Halloween, yeah, at saloon.
Halloween parties. Yeah, he would cook the chicken in the bathroom, and then he would also, like, if he bought a tube of toothpaste, he would split it 4 ways amongst all the roommates, and he would send a spreadsheet and be like, "Here's your monthly rent, here's your monthly utilities, like plus 97 cents for toothpaste, plus 23 cents for toilet paper." I fucking hated that guy.
Was he Jewish?
No, he wasn't. I knew you were gonna say that.
Because I had that, but he was Jewish. And I mean, it makes sense. It all adds up. 97 cents here among 5 people.
I don't think I've paid for toiletries, by the way, in 4 years. I think Luke just buys them.
Yeah, well,
I haven't bought like toothpaste. I haven't bought soap. I haven't bought toilet paper. I haven't bought paper towels. I haven't bought like a thing in the house for 4 years.
To beat Feitelberg. I love it. Let's bring in PFT.
Oh, PFT.
Is he there? Maybe not. Give me a sign, Nick.
Oh no, do I have to stand longer?
Audible. Let's bring in Kate. Bring in birthday girl Kate.
Oh, hell yeah.
He's in the building. Oh, no, there he is. There he is.
It's my birthday.
Kate.
What up? How we doing, dude?
I'm pretty psyched.
Yeah? Are you in did you move or what? Where are you right now?
Hang on, I'm dealing with some echoes. All right. Can you guys hear me?
Yeah.
We got you.
Okay, cool. All
I
set.
was going to make a joke about Kate and PFT looking alike, but I didn't think I was going to. But Kate just made it in the chat, so funny. Good joke, Kate.
I was about to say Kate's really into making that joke, so you have to get up pretty early in the morning to hit it before she does.
How we doing, dude? What's going on in your world?
How's Leroy? PFT, I've been following the Leroy situation. That is crazy town.
Listen,
what's up? I didn't hear it.
I moved into a new apartment, like, I don't know, a month ago, 3 weeks ago, 2 weeks ago. I forget. Time, like, who knows at what rate time is passing right now. But it was like the last couple of weeks, I guess. And there's only one elevator in the building. We're on the 5th floor. And already twice since I've moved in here, the elevator's shut down. And when the elevator's broken, there's no backup. There's no, like, freight elevator or anything like that. And Leroy is 12 years old. He can't walk downstairs, and he's blind, and he weighs 150 pounds. So I don't know how to get him downstairs if the elevator's broken. So that has thrown a real wrench into his bathroom schedule, as you might imagine. He held it for 18 hours last week. 18 hours. Didn't pee in the apartment, didn't poop anywhere. Now he got outside, and it looked like you just hit a fire hydrant and just flooded the street with it. But today,
he must be so fucking confused. He must be looking at you guys like, what are we doing? Let's go.
I don't know what his deal is, because I know he's got a bladder that's probably the size of a basketball. Like his bladder is so big. There was one time that I went for a long weekend when I lived down in Texas. I was going to visit a friend, and I dropped him off at like a PetSmart or a Petco, and they have like the doggy daycare hotel. They call it like a dog hotel, but in reality, it's just like a chain link fence, and they just like locked him to a chain link fence for a couple of days. I didn't know that that's what the setup was like. They said, don't worry, we're going to walk him outside, take him, and he'll use the bathroom twice a day. Turns out they didn't let the dogs outside at all. They just had a room that had a fake grass area in it with like a fake fire hydrant, and that's where all the dogs pissed.
Like at the airport.
Yeah, exactly like at the airport. And so I went and I picked him up after like 2.5 days, and the person there was like, yeah, he had a great time, but he never used the bathroom. I was like, what do you mean he never used the bathroom? And they're like, I don't think that he knew that he could pee inside. And I was like, what do you mean pee inside? He told me you were going to let him out. And I take him out to like the median. I swear to God, he pees for like 3.5 minutes nonstop. I felt so bad. I was like, I'm the worst dog owner on the planet, but I had no idea that that's what their setup was like. Dude, so I know he can hold for a while, but he's old now.
Yeah, that's fine.
How old is he?
He's 12. He's 12. And dude, so with a curfew, he has to go out for the last time like before 8 o'clock every night. Right. And then that's what we did last night. And then
can't even take your dog out with it?
I think I could probably get around that if I was just like, hey, my dog is shitting, sir.
Yeah. Like, just don't wear your Black Lives Matter t-shirt when you do it. It should be fine.
Yeah. Leroy just gets a crap beaten out of him by a police officer while he's taking a shit. Like that would honestly be like the third craziest video that I've seen online. Like I keep expecting for a dog abuse video to come out soon.
Well, PFT, I know I'm gonna get kicked off soon, but I told Kevin how much of an honor it was to be here with Mr. Social Justice himself. So
you want to just keep making the joke? We can.
No, I want to pass it. I want PFT to bow down to you as well. I mean, it's a big deal.
Good job, Kevin. We're all very proud of you.
Thank you. It's not a joke. What do you mean a joke? I don't joke.
I was on Barstool Breakfast, and I mentioned I said something about they're jumping on a bandwagon, and Large was like, "Oh, you want to talk about jumping on bandwagons, Mr. Social Justice Warrior?" I was like, "I'm understood."
Yeah. Large wants no place in the conversation.
No, Large is fighting the other side. He puts his hood on and he's just hanging out. He doesn't like anything. All right, Keith, get the hell out of here. Good appearance.
Bye, guys.
See, Keith.
Are you like? I would be throwing my own riots with my landlord for not having the fucking elevator. That's insanity.
Yeah, I don't know. I like this building a lot. I don't know what the deal with the elevator's been. I think it's just an old elevator. And then I was thinking maybe I'll call my landlord and be like, hey, is there any chance you could buy a new elevator? But I don't like, what's the installation process like for an elevator?
It's a long time. It's in my building. So my building is like 12 floors, I think, maybe not. I forget, but it's a lot. And I walked into my apartment building. And there was like a sign on the elevator, like elevator out of service. Like it happened a few times, kind of like what's happening with you. And I live on the 3rd floor, so it's like I can walk that, not a big deal. But if I lived on like the 9th or 10th floor, I'd be like, I just move. I wouldn't even go upstairs and get my stuff. I'd just be like, okay, I just live somewhere else now.
Well, how many stories total is your building?
Mine?
Yeah,
it's 6, I think. So I'm on the 2nd highest floor. So it's like you can make the walk. Most people, I think, can walk 6 flights if they want to. But if it were me and I lived on the 6th floor and the elevator was shut down, I would probably die eventually. I just like accept my fate and be like, you know what? I'm not ever going grocery shopping.
Right. Even if you just want to go out, there are plenty of times where I just run out to the bodega to grab some candy.
Yeah.
I probably end up being much healthier if we're being totally honest, because I just go out for ice cream and candy.
You would just never do that. Like if you leave your apartment, you're gone for the day. Like that's it. There's no I have my phone up there. Guess what? I don't have my phone that day. There's no up and back and forth.
I would schedule 1 trip a day. Like, okay, this is me leaving my apartment, and then when I get home, I'm home, and that's it. But yeah,
it actually required me to start keeping to-do lists, which I've never done. But if I knew I only get one shot at this, being outside. I'd be very prepared for what I'm going to do when I'm out there.
Yeah, so I considered carrying him down the stairs because once you get to hour 15, he's old. He's got the old bladder and the old penis. You don't know how much longer he can hold on to this thing. So I thought about carrying him down the steps, and I picked him up. And I can pick him up if I need to and put him into a car if I have to. But at that, just doing that, my back is just it's destroyed. It's tough. And he wiggles when you pick him up. And then I looked at my staircase, and it's narrow and it's steeper than I thought. And I'm just like, if I try to carry him down these stairs, we're both going to die.
I was going to say, you're both falling, and then there's going to be dead PFT and a dead dog just sitting on the landing. What a fucking catastrophe that would be.
And then the worst part of that is if, let's say you're successful. You're right. You get down. You still got to get back up.
I didn't even think about that part until somebody tweeted at me. I tweeted that I was going to try to carry him down the steps. And then I was getting ready, and somebody was like, hey, what about bringing him back up? I was like, that's a good point. That's a very good point. But when you got a dog like that, you don't think that far in advance. You're just like, he's in discomfort. I'm gonna fix it.
Yeah, I got to do what you got to do. I had a buddy who was when we were in college. He lived in an NYU dorm, which I think was a high rise and 30 stories. So I don't know what people way up there did, but he was in the double digits. He was in the 13th floor, and he came up to Fordham, party with me, went back down, both elevators out, and he had to shit so bad, and he ran up to his apartment. I was just like, why don't you go to a Starbucks or something? Find another toilet. Gets up to his room, and there was a dude in the bathroom in his dorm, and he just shit in a plastic bag. He just sat there in his kitchen. You've done that?
I've done it. When I did it, right, it's crazy why I did it. It makes no fucking sense. I was on the bridge. I forget what the bridge is called, but it's between Portsmouth, Rhode Island and Tiverton, Rhode Island. It's we drove over that bridge very recently, actually.
Right, I was gonna say,
I was stuck in traffic on the bridge, and it was bad. It was a whole deal. And I pulled over on the side of the road. This is at night, and I ran into the woods, and then shit in a plastic bag instead of just shitting in the woods. And I was I got done, and I was just like, Now I just have a plastic bag of shit. It makes no fucking sense at all.
Oh man,
what's going on with your map? What's the deal with this? Why is it upside down?
Oh, the map behind me. I just got that because it makes people angry.
Yeah,
it's like a real life internet troll that lives on my wall in my house. Like it's so people, everyone that comes over looks at this map. Like no matter what house I've lived in, no matter where I've been, anytime somebody comes over for the first time, they look at this map and it's upside down, but the writing is right side up. So it's meant to be displayed like that. And I had this one of my dumber friends came over for the first time and he just stood there looking at it and he was like, this map's wrong. And I was like, well, the whole point of it is like whoever said that north went up and south went down. And he was like, no, this map is fucking wrong. And he's like, I'm angry. He's like, I can't look at this map anymore. It actually just like made him mad to look at like at Chile and Argentina.
I was gonna say South America is fucking me up because I mean it's an effective little piece there because I was thinking to myself, well, who says that's not the way we're supposed to look at it?
Yeah,
I'll tell you what. I think America is far more aesthetically pleasing upside down.
Move that head.
Now, I agree with you, John, but Alaska really fucks with me upside down. Alaska should be up in the left or down in like a little small box right off the coast of California.
Right. Anything otherwise, no good. No dice.
Yeah. But yeah, you'll see this map in a lot of Outback Steakhouse lobbies. They put it in there and they're like, hey, Australia's at the top, right? In it. It's a real mind fuck.
Outback, one of the most underrated places in the world. I'm a big Outback fan.
Dude, I tell this story all the time. I've only been once. It was I went from I was down in the store with Kevin. This is probably 7 years ago. I don't know, a long time ago. And a buddy of mine who I'd never been before. My buddy, his favorite steakhouse in the world is Outback. Like so much so that when he graduated law school and his parents were like, we want to take you to dinner, celebrate. He's like, I want to go to Outback. That was his like big present was going to Outback Steakhouse. But we went like 2 hours out of the way on the way home from Jersey that day so we could go to an Outback.
It's not my friend Jeff D. Lowe.
I was gonna say, like, listen.
Oh, speaking of that, do you see like they made national news? Like what's happening with that is a big deal.
Yeah, they talk about getting somebody pissed off with a map. They have managed to like. I like to think I follow a pretty broad spectrum of the internet. Like I dip in a lot of different pools out there with who's on my list on Twitter, and I saw representation from like each one of these little groups getting mad about the same map today. It was so impressive how many people they managed to make mad.
Wire wrote an article about it.
I know. I just replied to him. I was like, actually, my parents got married in a Melties. Maybe you should do better fact checking. Everyone's
piss map,
impressive.
Right? The piss map.
Yeah, the piss map. Yeah.
It's brought to you by the Public Information Statistics Society. Piss. P-I-S was trending, John. It was trending on Twitter. Piss. Yeah, I gotta be honest. I opened this up and looked at it real quick, and like Sbarro is New York, and I was like, what? I don't know, and I just threw it down because I don't get that mad about that.
It's so funny though, because you are so easily triggered with it. Like even I open it knowing it's fake, and I'm still like Boston Market. No fucking chance that Massachusetts #1.
Yeah, the little parts and the details are so great about that map. Like Tim Hortons is the one in Oklahoma. Like Tim Hortons, there's no Tim Hortons any further south than like Albany. That's like that's as far down as it goes. And then on the West Coast, the other two West Coast states are In-N-Out, but California is Denny's. I don't think there's an In-N-Out in Washington State.
Right.
I love. Then there's Jollibee.
The entire South is Chick-fil-A, which is fucking great.
Yeah, like there's Jollibee, which is Michigan, and Jeff put that in there, I'm sure, because me and Brandon got mad at him on the dozen when he just had the Jollibee B as a logo, and we had to identify what restaurant it was from. And we're like, what the fuck is a Jollibee? We don't know that. So yeah, there's like all these tiny little details in there that are just perfect.
Chuck E. Cheese. Dude, by the way, shout out Chuck E. Cheese. That's one of my favorite things that's happened in quarantine is Chuck E. Cheese becoming a pizza place. I love that.
Pasquale pizza and wings. Like, what a fucking move. Because, I mean, legit, I don't think a single person in the world would order Chuck E. Cheese takeout, right? Although, yes, I made a video making fun of this whole thing, and a lot of people were in the comments being like, yo, like, don't knock that pizza. It's pretty good. And I don't know, like, if that's just they've never had good pizza. I don't think I've ever had Chuck E. Cheese pizza, to be honest, so I can't speak to it. But I promise you. Yeah.
I think they just say that because of the ambiance. Like, you have such a great time when you're at a Chuck E. Cheese as a kid, having a birthday party. You're playing air hockey. You're doing skee ball. You know, you're all over the place. You're like, you're in heaven, and there's an animatronic band that's rocking out in front of you, and they could serve you dog food, and you'd be like, oh yeah, this is great. I love this shit. But I was actually thinking when I saw that would be a perfect front if you're just like selling mids, like shitty weed in a small town. Like, you just put you put yourself online on like Seamless or Grubhub as like Chuck E. Cheese pizza, and then that's code for bring me an 8th or something like that. That would be a great move.
That's a fucking great idea. That might be what they're doing. Remember that story about how they were recycling old pizza? Maybe Chuck E. Cheese is just a drug front. They just grab old pizza. They were taking, John, you ever heard that? They would take like uneaten slices off of like tables and just like serve them to other people.
What kind of, I mean, I imagine they make somewhere around minimum wage. Like, I just be like, no.
Whoa,
like, how much money am I saving you? This is, I don't take many stands. I'm not a big stand guy. I think I would take a stand. I'd say I'm not saving pizzas.
Can I just say that I don't see a problem with it? If you don't touch the slice and it fits into another pizza, like,
I don't see a problem with eating. I'd eat it. I'd have no problem eating it. But it seems like more of a hassle to put together a pizza like a puzzle.
Yeah,
I agree with that.
But I
agree with that.
I'm for sure down to eat off other people's table if that's allowed. Like uneaten fries.
Dude, I was a caterer when I was in high school. I would cater parties. I ate so much and drank. I was like in Caddyshack. I forget the kid's name, but remember he's going around like just like picking up like half empty drinks.
Yeah.
I would end every night as like a 16-year-old so drunk and so full of shrimp tempura. It was like I just eat everything off things and just drink everything. It was awesome. There was one time though we forgot to shut the shed, like the big box trucks. So we packed up the truck and you put all the dishes and all that shit in it. I wasn't driving, but I was so drunk that I just forgot to shut the back, and we drove away and just heard dishes dumping out the back. So we got out and we just swept them all into the woods. We didn't pick them up.
With your bag of shit out there too. That is got to be one of the best moments when you guys look at each other like, was it you? Was it me? I don't know. And there's just 1,000 broken dishes on the ground.
Dude, it was just a trail. It was at this place I forget the name of it, but it's in Bristol, Rhode Island. It was what's the name of it? It's like this castle place where people have weddings and shit. And it's like a dirt road leading down to it. And it's just a dirt road covered in broken dishes.
I love the fact that John just takes like whatever trash he has. He's just like put in the woods. Like the woods, that's nature's. It's gonna end up in the woods anyways. Like eventually.
Dude, I thought it was probably like so secretive. I was like, yeah, they'll never find this. Well, I didn't bury it. I just swept it into the woods. It was right on the side of the road.
It's like 5 feet away. It's nature's landfill, the forest.
Yeah, the only problem with using the forest as a landfill, like when you're in high school and maybe you're cleaning up after a party or something like that, because that was the go-to move, was you just fill up garbage bags with beer cans and then you just run out to the woods and just throw them there and then run back to your car and drive home. If you forget and you order pizza and the pizza boxes are in there, and then the police come and they look inside there because there's a bunch of litter, and then they have to go to your parents' house and they're like, hey, what is this trash can filled with Natty Light doing in like 2 Hungry Howie's pizza boxes in the middle of the woods a quarter mile away from your house? That might be hypothetically a way you could get in trouble.
Man, that's like
I forgot Hungry Howie's
flavored crust. I couldn't resist.
Howie's.
I can't help myself.
Have you ever had it, Kevin?
No.
It was like in Tallahassee. It's like I ate it. I would eat it basically for dinner every night in Tallahassee. I would get a pepperoni pizza with veggies on top, and I would be like, this is healthy as hell. It was – I haven't had it since I was drunk in 19, but god damn, it was that good pizza.
It was perfect college pizza.
It's the nostalgia. It's like, yeah, no, I swear that pizza's good. You probably have it right now sober. You'd hate yourself.
Yes, absolutely.
Let's get the birthday girl in here. Birthday week for Kate. There she is.
She's not here right now.
I knew you were. I knew Kate was gonna do.
I knew it was coming.
I knew it was coming, and you know what? It delivered.
It did. That was
It delivered. I did not expect that.
the creepiest part of all this is that at first I was sitting here waiting to be Keith. I had like a list of things I was going to read about whatever. And then, so I've just been sitting here. Nick's probably been watching me behind the scenes, just like getting ready for, I'm not lonely though. Everything's fine.
It's not lonely case. He's in the building.
Yeah. What's
Have you
up, guys?
How's that new rug that you ordered doing?
Amazing. PFT and I also have the same rug.
Oh.
So, yes. It's
Wait,
big.
didn't Joey and Go and have the same one as Joey too?
Yes, like 20 million people have this. As soon as I posted it, I got like 50 DMs like, welcome to the rug game. Like, welcome to the rug. We love it. I was like, whoa, everybody has this rug. It's a hot thing.
From like a, Walmart or some shit, like a generic spot that everybody has it?
I'll give you a little taste.
Wow.
I mean, complete with cat.
Fork just chilling.
And when you guys were talking about what losers bike people are earlier, and I was like, oh no, oh my God, everything's falling
a
apart.
particular bike guy. Well, actually, no, it was all.
Yeah.
We were painting with a pretty broad brush there.
Well, I want to get a Barstool bike suit made, a Barstool spandex thing, and be like, I don't know, make people think I'm like, oh, you don't know about the Barstool like bike team?
Cycle gang? Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That won't be a very popular shirt because like it's not a joke that like bikers genuinely like know of me and hate me. Like
They hate Feitelberg. They threatened. People were
I
threatening.
made one joke one time, and it's like still a thing where I'll get tweets being like, "If I see you in the street, you're getting a chain to the face."
What?
It's one of the most violent groups of people I've ever come across.
Yeah.
Oh,
They
man.
are-
You've never been actually confronted in real life by bicyclists?
Never, but you know how right outside our office is like it's almost like all the seamless guys. They're all those bikes. If you take a right on 29th,
Mhm.
it's just every time I walk by there, I'm like, oh boy, I hope this is. I don't know this is me.
Oh, well, now that I'm a bike person, I can tell you, we're all talk. We are giant pussies, so you don't have to worry.
They
They
get
just
shit done on the internet, though. I mean, they mobilized against you and had you suspended from Twitter within like 12 hours.
3 times.
Every time John's suspension ended, another one would start because they like staggered their reports. I'm telling you, you want to organize a movement. We need to get the cyclists involved. They'll fucking get shit done.
holy
Yeah,
shit.
cyclists they're like all super involved in their PTA. They run the phone trees. They probably don't even do phone trees anymore, but they would have been the ones that run the phone trees.
Oh,
They're so organized. They've got like a real clean listserv that they send out all their information to. Cyclists are a combination of nerds and very well organized, but also like they carry a lot of hatred inside. They're very tightly wound bunch.
Right.
A stunning amount.
I follow a couple, and I was like, oh, I got a bike. I'll follow a couple in New York City, like find some cool bicycle accounts. It is nothing but rage 24/7. It is like the most hateful feed. I was like, oh, sheesh, I didn't know.
Sean Avery getting involved in biking is like one of the most dangerous things that's happened to the world. Like Sean Avery being a biker is fucking.
Yeah.
That dude had enough issues and enough wanting to fight. Where like he just films himself just fighting with people now. Like that's Sean Avery's brand is I ride a bicycle outside and find someone to fight.
Yeah, he picked the one hobby that he could do and get in exactly as many fights as he used to get in as a hockey player. I just want everyone to hate me, so I'm just gonna ride a bike through their car lanes all the time.
That's one of my favorite videos on the internet, though. The cyclist who he's riding in a bike lane and he just intentionally crashes into everything that's in the way.
So
Can I tell you guys? I have these videos that like I've been sharing the hippo fart explosion video of people since like 2011. I still share it with people. I just wrote a blog about it like the other week. And you know those certain like videos and like articles that you have been sharing forever that maybe not. But there's this one from Philly in 2013. This is like an actual article from the Philly Inquirer because of the bike cops thing where they're 25 bike cops catch pair having sex in park. So there was a pack of 25 officers who were participating in a training thing, like 25 of them, just like that group in the tweet. And they like were just training and came up together. And there was just a couple just fucking on a picnic table in a park. And all of a sudden, imagine you're the one like on the bottom and you see you're like 25 bike cops, 25 bike cops. Like, what do you do? Like, what the fuck? So anyway, I just felt like sharing that.
If I just saw 25 bike cops all together, I would crack up.
Yeah, if you're going to get caught having sex in public, it's by 25 bike cops. That's the way to go. That's what you want.
And I love the actual article.
I'd rather get caught having sex in public by the son of Sam than 25 bike cops.
Especially you fights. You would be dead for sure. You would stand no chance.
That guy beat him to death.
Yeah.
Do you think that they did like a big like evidence pose afterwards, like they do when they bust somebody for having like a handgun and a couple bags of weed, and they got just like a naked hairy dude just splayed out on a table?
They don't even let them stop. They're like, no, keep going. We're gonna get behind you.
They keep going in a circle. They don't stop riding the bikes. They just keep riding the bikes.
Yeah, like the vultures walking around their dead brother.
They all can't finish.
If you finish, we'll let you go because that's impressive. If you can, yeah.
How was your birthday in quarantine, Kate? I mean, everybody's birthday the last 3 months kind of sucks, right?
Yeah, it really wasn't. So I was in the shower in the morning, and I had my phone on the sink. I got a call, and Chaps was like, "Answer your door." And so I ran out in a towel and opened it, and there was a guy with cake there for me, which was lovely. And then towards the end of the afternoon, somebody sent me a James Brown impersonator who redid a whole song.
And he was just dancing in like your hallway, right?
Just dancing in the hallway. We got yelled at by a family who just had a baby across the hall.
I was going to say, right now is not the time to be like, let's like be goofing around in the hallway. It's like, get the fuck inside and shut the fuck up. The world's ending.
Well, then the worst part was that he didn't. I was like, "You're good." And he's like, "No, I'll just wait." So then he whispered the whole rest of the thing. He was like, "Ba-da-ba-ba," and I was like, "I'm just very socially awkward anyway." So I was like sweating bullets as I am now.
There's no non-awkward way to do that. There's no one who can cool. There's no one who can look cool watching like a song or a performance or a dance. Everybody's awkward, let alone you in quarantine in the hallway with the neighbors and the riots and the disease. I mean,
weird.
I like that the guy was doing the Coach Doug's "Don't Wake the Baby," but as a James Brown impersonator.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, is there any performer out there whose material is less suited to whispering than James Brown?
James Brown, you're right. Wow. Like,
you don't know.
He had on, and the worst. Bright red.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
Yeah.
I wonder if I can
I
hold.
won't do what you tell me. Fuck you! I won't do what you tell me.
Hang on, I'm changing my opinion. I think Ray awesome whispered.
Does that work? ASMR against the machine?
In the hallway.
I love it. Look at that
Yay.
fucking. I always really, really question what's going on with people who are like, yeah, I'm an impersonate. Like that's what I do. I do like Elvis impersonations. I do Times Square stuff. I do James Brown. I mean. Somebody's got to like it, right?
Well, like when I hired the stripper to come to the office, that was like a whole thing. They're like, oh, yeah, we do like any event you can think of. Like I've been to a book opening, a book release before to do like anything. They get hired out for like everything. I don't know. There's a market.
What percentage do you think is for genuine, like actual hornies versus jokes?
Oh, I bet it's like 90% jokes.
Yeah.
For strippers?
Yeah, strippers, that's got to be 90% jokes. Like, even at bachelor parties, when you order it for your buddies, it's not so you all get all horned up and, like, hold on up. You know, it's not. Like, totally or is it? I don't know.
No, totally not.
I've never been to a bachelor party where we got strippers.
Really?
I've been to a bachelor party where we've been to a strip club. I've never been to a bachelor party.
Gentlemen?
2 times I've been a part of it. It's usually, for me, at least one of those, like, bleak scenes where it's like, I feel bad about what's going on, and I'm like, you don't want to be here, and like, you just take my money and I'm going to go to the party. I don't want any part of this because this is bad.
There was one time I was at a bachelor party in Nashville, right? And in Nashville, the bars closed, but the strip clubs stay open and they're BYOB. So we went to a strip club, and I forget the name of it, but the strippers were dancing, and no one was paying attention because it was all people who just wanted to keep drinking. So, like, no one was really watching the strippers. It was people just kind of treating it like a bar where, like, there's distractions happening and they happen to be naked women. Mm-hmm. And I went and I just placed $200 down on, like instead of, like, throwing it at a stripper or whatever, it was like I just placed down $200. I've never seen someone more confused than the stripper. Like, what do you want me to do? Like, nothing. I
just didn't want to feel weird while I was drinking over there, so I gave you two. Yeah.
I feel like that's almost that's like when you put a big bowl of candy out and you say, please take one. Like, just take $1, and then the next girl, she gets $1. Nobody gets to just take one stack right there. Just be polite about it.
It was like I knew I wasn't gonna stay, and like I had just gotten $200 out of the ATM because that's what you get. And I was like, I just feel like I should give this to somebody. She's like, what do you want me to do? Nothing.
Yeah. Just don't make eye contact with me.
Make me not feel bad about myself. This is just for my. This will
funny.
make me feel like I'm a good person. It's always awkward. Like I've been to a couple parties where you do get somebody that like comes to the door or whatever, and it's really, really strange because there's always like a big guy that's with them, and their only job is to just like knock on the door and look big for 5 seconds, and then just be like, "I'm going to be sitting in the car right there," and you just have to know for the next hour or so that there's a large man sitting in your driveway with a gun, and that's and like that's always going to be. It doesn't really get you in the mood that much for some reason.
The most insulting thing that's ever happened to me. So there was a stretch. This is probably like 6 years ago or so. My roommate and I would get off like Backpage. We'd like get drunk and we'd just like have girls come over and we'd watch The Sopranos with them. We wouldn't have them do anything at all.
What?
And yeah, we just like they'd come in and what are you gonna do? Like, just chill. And it was,
watch the Pine Barrens episode, whatever. Just.
and one girl once called her guy in the car, and she's like, "You can leave." And he's like, "What do you mean?" She's like, "Nah, you can get out of here. Like these boys ain't doing nothing." And it was like, all right, this is. I think we might have stopped calling after that. Where it was like, look, I didn't have to come and belittle me.
Oh my god, I didn't know. Where I'm at right now, I might do that tonight. Just somebody come over and hang out.
It was honestly really fun. They were like awesome people. Obviously, like we would have a good time. Like, you want beer? Like, let's chill. It was like we were just giving them a break for the night. It was very hobby we had, but we did it like over 10 times.
I like that a lot.
I got it the other way around once when I played rugby out at IUP, and I was like maybe 21, 22, and one of the girls was getting married, like one of the grad students who played on the team. And so we had at our rugby house, we had 2 male strippers come in, and the joke was the jail was across the street, so it was 2 guys wearing like the old-timey jail costumes, and like we just escaped the pen, and we can't blank. And so we were like, woo! And we all ended up getting hammered, but they were drinking too. And by the end of the night, they were like, show us your tits, and we were like, woo! And they were tight. There is a stripper named Steele in Western PA who has a perfect picture of my tits. Like, and what's better than rugby girl tits? You know, that room must have been a whole lot of shapes, and I don't know. But they ended up getting us instead. Yeah, it was a whole... Oh, Friday.
Absolutely spectacular. We're running a little late, so I'm going to get the mixtape boys in. But what a birthday appearance from Kate. She's got costumes, she's got voices, she's got stripper stories, she's talking about showing her tits. Wow.
You know what, you guys?
Let's go.
Oh, just goofing. Thanks for having me on.
All right, PFP, thanks, brother.
See you guys.
Thanks, guys. Good to see you. Good to see you, Kate. Happy birthday.
Let's bring in Tyler and Coley. One of which I defeated in beer pong, one of which absolutely eradicated John in beer pong. Holy moly.
What the fuck is that all about? Dude,
Well, the reason why I wanted to bring it up.
Why?
We did discuss this, Coley. I know you're big. I know everything looks
You
small.
look humongous right now, Coley, by the way.
I know. Even right now, it's like you're a freak. How much? Oh, what a jersey.
Who's the 19? Who is that? Aaliyah. That's what
I wanted the Warren G one, but my eBay is like fucking hacked and I can't buy it. Warren G, I think it's the Violators. I'll put that right up there with the Aaliyah one. Anyway, my point is, I know you're huge, but that table and that door, you were in like the tiny house from Geico. You looked ridiculous in that beer pong.
Kevin, Massachusetts, everything was built 400 years. You should see me at Fenway fucking Park, dude. Like, you think I look big here? I look big. I hit my head so many times. It's borderline a miracle I can ever form a coherent sentence.
Do you fit in Fenway seats?
No, John.
Fenway seats, right? Aren't they literally for like people that were 5'5" and 122 pounds?
Yeah. Like, that was like the max. Like if you were past that, like fuck you. Yeah.
Are you a knock it down guy then, Coley?
Am I what?
Are you a knock it down guy?
No, I'm like a big like the wood just digs into my knees. Like
no, I mean Fenway Park as a whole.
Oh no. So that's my biggest thing. The people who say knock it down, you have to be fucking way bigger than me if that's your take, because I'm not that guy.
My dad says it all the time. He's like, I can't do it. Like, Fenway is awesome. It is uncomfortable. Sometimes you got to twist your neck a bit to watch the game. I want Fenway to stay up forever.
All like the new seats, I fit fine. But like if you get anywhere to like those blue fold down ones, yeah, no, I'm done.
Do they have like modern seats? Like
Yeah.
these seats were put in after 1986. Like everybody here can. I didn't mean to pick 86 randomly, but 1986 seats. Yeah.
You talk about a year that does not bother me.
No, you were torn up over that World Series. I remember it well.
Kevin, happy National Donut Day.
Oh, one of the day. See, I'm like a donut hipster. I'm like, every day's donut day for me. I don't even know. Did you like wait online for like 4 hours to get a fucking free donut like the poor people?
No, so I went to like a really nice place that I'd never been to before, ordered like one of everything they had. And then we went to Dunkin' for iced coffees, and they were like, hey, do you want your free donut? I was like, no, thank you. And they're like, fuck do you mean? And I was like, you see the like real nice place right there with the line around the fucking corner? That's where we went, dude. They were like mad at me.
I could have like a gourmet steak, and if someone at White Castle was like, you want a free burger? I'm like, yeah, fuck it, I'll take it.
I want a free burger. What kind of donut boutique is the McMahon going to?
Apparently, like mixtape, one half of mixtape's too good for a free donut. Fuck you, Coley.
What would Homer Simpson say? Unreal.
That's real. Goodness gracious.
Stevenson?
Omri Stevenson, yeah.
Now, John, the time I shit in the bag, I was not near the woods. I was working security at a Shaw's parking lot in Dorchester. It was 6 a.m. The Shaw's was not open. So I was in my front seat. Boy, oh boy.
They don't give the security guys a key?
Huh?
They don't give the security guys a key?
Listen, it's a Shaw's in Dorchester.
They might have a door. Like, what do you mean?
Hear me? It's the Shaw's Dorchester.
It's a grocery store that needs a security guard, not in the store, but specifically in the parking lot. So I'm scrambling. I don't know what to do. I find a plastic bag in the back seat. I like do the thing because I'm still sitting in the front seat where I'm like flat, but like pushing up.
Why did you get out of the car, dude?
Because I'm not in the woods like you, dipshit. I'm in a parking lot in Dorchester in front of a grocery
around.
The Boston Globe is right next door.
Honestly, he's just roaming around the parking lot. Bad intentions, yeah.
Yeah. And then when I go to throw it away in the trash can, I realize I had actually I had read the hours for the drugstore inside the grocery store. Grocery store was open all along. The whole time, Kevin.
Oh, boy's puking in his girlfriend's bedroom.
Your shit story. You didn't do this.
What did you guys wipe with?
I had some napkins. I'm not a savage.
Okay, all right. Just wanted to check. Goodness.
What's that?
You said no. You went no white. You were shaking no.
No white, buddy. No white.
No white for you?
That's absurd.
Nah.
No, listen. At the very least, you just wipe you use your boxers and you just throw them out in the woods with you, man. You can't just be going home with poopy crack.
No.
That was like 10 minutes from home. I knew I was going to shower and stuff when I got home.
Listen, 10 minutes is a long ride when you got poopy crack. That's a long
You were so
ride.
close. Why didn't you just hold it?
Yeah, what the fuck, John? You could have just gone home.
No, I couldn't have. Listen here, I was there. I had to go.
Take it from me. Yeah.
I know. What?
Did you get a new tattoo?
No, I've had. This is the first one I got.
There it is.
No, that's not what you told me on your forum. I thought you had something else on top of the.
Oh yeah, I got this at the office on my 30th.
I'd see it's a Hunter S. Thompson thing, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. I saw one of the birds. I thought it was words. Never mind. Sorry.
Are you gonna let Feitelberg ink you up?
Oh yeah, I got the Buddha Ben artwork up here. Shout out Buddha Ben. So yeah, I need a Johnny Feits original, 1,000%.
I'm gonna tattoo everyone. No, I won't do anyone's first tattoo. But if you already have one, I will do it. I'm the Vinny Chase of tattoos. Like, I'm not gonna take
last. Do you have tattoos, Tyler?
I got nothing. So yeah, you're not touching me, Feitelberg. No, thank you.
What's the latest with fictional basketball lineups? I feel like you guys have really started to hit your stride here.
Next question.
You both are shaking your head like this fucking shit.
This motherfucker, Jeff D. Lowe.
Get out of here! How dare you bring him in here? I thought it was a safe space.
Yeah, what the hell is this? Clancy, unreal. A sabotage.
That's Hamilton. That's Nick. That's not me. Fuck you guys.
Is Sugar Bear back there working the boards?
Cuts to him, yeah.
I feel like you guys, it's just like it started as kind of a random thing. Then it was like, wow, that was really funny. Let's do it again. And now you've done it how many times? And I feel like you're just like, this is your guys' new career. Forget about
it's just blood feud right now. Like I want Jeff D. Lowe's head. I don't even care if I win anymore. I want Jeff D. Lowe decapitated. That's really all.
Father D. Lowe.
Yes, and Pop D. Lowe.
Jeff D. Lowe stands for decapitated his fucking head. Why?
Yeah.
He just is like the puppet master of this whole shit. That's why you guys don't like him.
I mean, Tyler, I'm sure you won't speak on behalf of the other 5 of you, but I keep showing up week after week with just a humdinger of a lineup, Kevin, and I made it out of the first round fucking once.
It's a luck of the draw, man.
Ken Jack's like, oh, Godzilla wouldn't be able to move his feet on defense. We're playing on like Tom Cruise's fake ass in Germany. We're talking about Godzilla.
Didn't you win that game? I don't want to hear your belly aching. You won that game on Cruise's fake ass.
He wouldn't be able to slide and take the contact for a charge. Like he'd evaporate the basketball with his laser throw.
I was gonna say I did see a tweet that said like Godzilla will be slow on defense, and you were like, counterpoint, he shoots laser beams from his eyes.
That's a technical foul. You cannot do that. Yeah, it's like Godzilla can't move his feet, but then Ken Jack's like, listen, I've got the city of Atlantis. It weighs 8 million pounds. He can play some 2, some 3, a little bit of 4. No, they're on to the next round, and Jeff D. Lowe's like, I'll allow it for some reason.
And everyone's team's like anonymous, but for whatever reason, my team gets announced. Jeff like, Coley, I think you're going to win this time. I'm like, well, now I'm not, Jeff. Nick and fucking KB are down in West Virginia with their fake internet being like, well, yeah, we're voting for the other team.
By the way, real quick, shout out Nick and KB. That top 5 list video was one of the funniest things I've seen. You know, KB's face when he says when Nick says child soldier.
And honestly, that's a video you can watch like 10 times over. You'll find something new and funny each time. When I saw residue as number 3.
No, dude, height requirements for roller coasters.
Too good, man.
And then like they're in like a building being constructed. Like they have like the wrap on the wall behind them. That fucking video, man.
You guys watched last night?
No, what was last night?
Donnie just showed up. Like, what the fuck's going on? Was he just there? Like they didn't fake Donnie. It was Donnie. And they had like a 10-minute conversation while we were like, oh, this is why Count Chocula would lose. He's not a good 2. He doesn't really no transition defense.
And Donnie's like, yeah, happy Father's Day, Mick. I'm out of here. Back to New York. Yeah.
I really can't think of 2 guys who would be better suited to do basketball and then like fictional. I mean, that's like your guys' entire existence, and they don't ever. I actually hope they win. What did you say?
They disagree.
Yeah,
I was gonna say we're combined what, like 2 for 12, like over.
Yeah, you made it to the finals, and I voted against you. There's a lot of it's like the amount of backstabbing that goes on is tremendous.
Wait, you voted against Tyler?
Tyler's never once voted for me, so I don't want to hear it.
You guys are just fucking scumbags to each other.
I didn't start it, Kevin.
Look, here's another thing Jeff D. Lowe does. He doesn't get to my vote until the vote's decided. It's like, okay, we've got 4 for the Wild Hogs, 1 for you. So what? Like, it doesn't matter who I vote for. My vote doesn't count. So it's another reason I want Jeff D. Lowe's ass. I want a piece of his ass.
Rough and rowdy, Tyler versus Jeff D. Lowe.
Me and Jeff D. Lowe.
Let's do we have Rocket back there? Because we got to get into the beer pong talk. And everybody here has played. There's the Rocket. There he is.
Hey.
There he is.
Hey guys.
So
What's up, little boy?
How are you, John? It's good to see you. I can barely see you, you little skinny bitch.
Oh, Jared, I was telling my mom today, I was like, Mom, I think that the dryer is broken because all my clothes keep shrinking.
Oh, really? Interesting, because I don't even fit in the fucking screen. I don't know if you can tell.
You're very brolic, Jared.
Thank you. Appreciate
Jared
that.
and I just text each other like meatheads all the time. It's very fun. I laugh out loud the entire time.
I'm sure that's real hard cosplay for you guys.
I mean, listen, it's a lifestyle. It's not
pretending to be a meathead, yo.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not a shtick. It's real life. I wake up every day with the same goal, and that's to be bigger than John, and it's really not that hard.
Jared, you have a long way to go, buddy.
Interesting theory.
Jared sent me a video today of like his bicep. He's like, "That's a real thing." I was like, "Buddy, that is That's not the video.
Let's see it live. Show the pipes.
I last time I was on Friday Night Pints, I said I don't fight for free. I don't. So I think what I'm gonna do is it'll be my signature every time I beat someone in the Bellina Cup. I'll flex for the camera, and Coley's next. So I mean,
I mean this in bottom of my heart. Like it's like you have your biceps are like a Toyota Camry. Like no one scoffs at it, but no one wants it. It's not like that's what I aspire to have.
Yeah, no, that's what he said. And I said, like John made that comparison. John made the comparison via text, and I said, no, John, my biceps are like a McLaren F1 because there are a lot of people that are like, I'm not. I think that those are ugly. It's because A, you can't afford it, and B, you can't handle all that power. So
Get his ass, Jared.
Jared's left arm is a McLaren because people see it and say, I bet that dude's a fucking dickhead.
And you're not wrong, but there's also a lot of power in there.
You put your beard on the line for White Sox Dave, huh?
No, I didn't. I am the Vince McMahon of all my content. The 30-game losing streak for rock, paper, scissors, I posted those all out of order. I didn't lose 30 straight. And the bet that I made with White Sox Dave, I tweeted that bet after I knew I already won.
I mean,
did anyone ever catch you with the rock, paper, scissors thing?
I mean, I said it on Section 10 and CCK multiple times that's what I was doing. No one.
No, you didn't.
Yes, I did.
Uh-oh.
You did. As someone who's also on Section 10, he did.
No, not on CCK.
Wait, Cole, are you saying I did not?
Uh-oh.
You did.
Yes or no? I did not, or I did?
Yeah.
Clean the fucking shit. Yes, you did.
Okay, thank you. Thank you.
Get him off your ass, Carrabis. They're not letting you breathe there.
That's what I'm saying.
Get him. What is that?
Crazy.
There was a
The
time.
rock, paper, scissors one was so like you came home. You made a big deal about coming home, and all of the videos were still filmed on the same thing.
I mean, I had the same haircut. I was wearing the same T-shirt.
No, but here's the thing: you're giving people too much credit because, like, there was a time before it was like 0-30, where you were like 0-19, and it was like somewhat plausible. And you got to realize that people on the internet are not like, I don't know, nobody's like really like scrutinizing it that much. Once you were like 0-25, you said on CCK that you're pre-recording them, but you were like, I am posting these intentionally on purpose in a row to make it look bad.
I literally tweeted that I had filmed 50 episodes in 4 days. Like, I gave you guys all the pieces. You just didn't fucking put it together. Like, maybe because no one actually cared, and that's fine. Like, you shouldn't care. It's very stupid. But I told you that I filmed them in bulk. Like, every episode was filmed in, like, late March, early April. Like, I haven't actually done one in, like, 2 months.
I've got the ball or a cup in ages.
Yeah.
So now it's you two in the Sweet 16? I didn't even realize.
Round of 32. Round of 32.
Oh, you're in the second round. Okay. So what? Let's.
Yeah, Dana's got like one half of the bracket done, and the other half, like Robbie and YP, just had their first round match.
What was the fucking Fugazi shenanigans with Marty Mush?
I mean,
see, like I was saying this on radio while you were playing, so you probably didn't hear me say this, and I'm not complaining because I won anyway. But me and White Sox Dave were supposed to play on Monday. White Sox Dave didn't want to do it on Monday, so we had to push it to Thursday. So we played on Thursday. Before me and White Sox Dave played, Dana had the lottery for all the first round losers, and he picked out 2 names so that they could return. But me and White Sox Dave hadn't played yet. So if I had lost to White Sox Dave, I would not have been afforded the same opportunity to join back into even though it's rigged anyway.
I was going to say,
Let me tell you.
if you were in the drawing and your last name was not Mush,
Yeah.
Right. So everybody has just been calling. They said they were like, "Who won?" And he said Mush, and not even like Mush's brother. They're just calling him Mush Brother. Like,
Mush brother.
That's it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's crazy.
he knows the deal. What you guys got like a little side wager going maybe?
We talked about this on the podcast, and I don't want to. Most of my wagers that I've done for like rock paper scissors and the one with White Sox Dave that was fake. I don't want to embarrass Coley. Like I'll feel bad just beating him on its own. Like I'm gonna apologize after I beat him. I'm gonna be like, sorry to do that to you, Coley. Like you're one of my best friends, and I'm sorry to have to do this to you. But I would like to move on. But I also, Coley, did I not say I'm rooting for you?
Do you think I'm going to win?
No. I'm rooting for you.
You think
I don't think you're gonna win, but I hope you do. Dana's calling me right now. This is.
Oh, brother.
Can I answer it?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah. Put his ass on.
Hey Dana, I'm on Friday Night Pints right now. You're live on the air. What's going on?
I fucked up.
What did you do?
I fucked up.
Water blue.
What did you do?
Grass green.
A jersey order,
Yep.
which I thought was going to Marty's.
Yep.
And it went. My last jersey order was to your address at home.
Okay, what am I getting?
You're getting 5 cases of High Noon.
Hell yeah! What flavors?
Steak. What?
I fucked up. I'm so annoyed.
Am I getting watermelon?
I have no idea. This isn't even an ad or anything. Like, I swear to God.
I mean, obviously it's not an ad. This is awesome. Me and Ellen are getting fucked up this weekend.
No, the last I looked up was it was like somewhere in Boston. I was like, I'm not in Boston.
So I have 5 cases of High Noon coming my. When's it coming?
I think it's 8 pack. They said they delivered it. I'm rattled right now.
That's awesome.
You're drunk
No,
right now.
it's not awesome.
Oh, this is
now
great.
Me and Marty have nothing.
That sucks. I mean, I feel bad for you. I mean, like you can order Drizzly tomorrow, right?
No, I just been warning you that if somebody like knocks on your door or something.
No, I know. I'm happy for that. I mean, I'm sure my parents are probably gonna take it in, but I mean,
Ellen are gonna have
it back if that's what you're asking.
No, I don't need it back.
Okay.
Just be prepared if
Dana-
somebody comes up to your door.
Perfect. I can't wait. I'm very excited about that.
That's very funny.
All right, bye.
Thanks,
Dana,
Dana.
we're gonna wrap it up in a minute because we're gonna get Yannis Pappas in here. Dana
That's
is
awesome.
the anti-Goodell.
My mom just texted me. Woo!
No, Dana is Goodell. Dana, I said this before
He's
me and
worse.
Coley. I said Dana's the worst commissioner in sports.
Right? Yes,
I stand by it.
agreed. But he's the anti-Goodell in that he'll be like, "I fucked up, man. I fucked up the brackets. I fucked up the video. I fucked up the balls. I fucked up the Cubs." He said today, he's like, "I put like minimal effort into this. I don't know what I'm doing." Like, all right, well, at least
Shocking. Yeah. He's very much Goodell because he's like, yeah, I fucked up. I'm not going to stop fucking up. I just want everyone to know that I fucked up.
That also would have been an incredible High Noon ad if that's what it was meant to, but no, that's just
He literally just doubled down and texted me. He said, that actually wasn't an ad or anything. I'm just a fucking idiot.
Well, Dana has to convince us that he made a mistake. No, we believe you.
No, totally.
Very feasible. Very feasible.
My mom just texted me a picture of a fucking pallet of High Noons on the front porch.
Listen, I've been asking that motherfucker to send me some for a month straight. But
He
Jared-
tried. I got it. Yeah.
Yeah.
This is
Chap's got it.
incredible.
what is that? Like 60 cans? Is it 12 in a box in a
I
case?
mean, it's taken up the whole front porch. Let me see.
Hey, listen, Rocket, you go have.
What are him and Mitch going to do this
There's
weekend?
1, 2, 3, 4. There's 5 packs of 8 cans. 2 watermelon, 2 black cherry, 2 grapefruit, 2 pineapple.
They're
Variety.
sitting around and going. They're just probably drinking that fucking rum that Marty likes all the time. That's all they got now. No more refreshing High Noon. You're just drinking Black Heart rum like a bunch of fucking scrubs.
Blackheart.
Dude, I'm so excited. I told you, Kevin, I have that 2-year-old's birthday party on Sunday. I'm bringing High Noon. We're gonna get fucked up.
Hell yeah.
All right, boys. Great stuff. Catch Rocket and Coley in the Bellina Cup round 2.
Who do you got, Kevin?
I got Big Ev for my.
No. I'm saying, who do you got in me versus Coley?
I've actually never. I don't think I've seen you play, but I've heard good things about your game, Rocket.
Yeah, I dusted White Sox Dave.
Coley.
Whoa. What was the final score of your match? Like how many cups to how many cups?
I had 1 cup left, and he
What was
had
the final?
7. Hold on, Coley. Can I fucking talk, Coley? Jesus.
I asked for the final score.
I had 1 cup left. White Sox Dave had 7. He caught up because I let my foot off the gas. I mean, that's really all that was. I was beating his ass. And
So it was 10-9.
yeah. Who won, sir? Who won?
John, the score of our game, sir.
Unnecessary. I think I had 8 left, right? I had 8.
You sure did.
Until Coley goes down, until Coley slows down, I gotta roll with the hot hand. I let that ogre just do his thing out there, you know.
And it's best of 3. I didn't even realize that for ours too.
What?
Oh,
Ooh.
What?
since when?
Didn't you just play best of 3 against Rome?
No. That was a one-time.
Oh, Sweet 16. No, because when we talked about it, I was on the planning commission. I know it goes to best of 3 at a round. I just don't know which round.
No, yeah, definitely not this one.
When I saw you play best of 3, that's why I thought it was this round.
No, that was Brandon and Dan. I think jumped to that, but I think you got still just one and done.
Listen, if I told Dan it was best of 12, we would play best of 12.
All right, boys, get out of here. Tyler, good work on everything this week. You crushed it, man. A lot of heavy shit that you really articulated really, really well. So,
Appreciate you, man.
and we're going to bring in Yannis Pappas now to wrap things up. Our special guest from History Hyenas.
Oh, I ain't going to say bye to everybody. Goodbye, everybody.
Well, I'm trying to get Yannis in because we're a little bit late.
That wasn't to you. That was to Nick. I didn't get to say goodbye.
Fuck you, Nick.
Okay.
There he is.
Whoa.
What's up, handsome?
Honest, you look handsome as hell, bud.
Yeah, dude. You got that.
I can't hear you guys. Can you guys hear me?
I can hear you.
Yeah.
You can't hear us?
I can't hear you.
You got headphones, maybe? Got these?
What's going on? Jesus fucking Christ.
Now
You got any headphones anywhere?
If we keep calling him handsome, it's
I
a
mean,
thing.
you know, I can't get in the Zoom. There's worse problems in the world, but this one's bad. Yeah.
If this was me, I'd be panicking. I'd be like,
All right, guys.
It's not
I
working.
can't hear you.
You can't hear.
I love it. He's walking to other rooms and shit. He's got the headphones in the bathroom. Is that what we're doing?
Yeah, it looks like he's in. You keep your headphones.
Hello?
Man.
Be honest. Can you hear us? now?
Hello?
Do you hear us?
Still not working.
It's unbelievable. We thought that was going to solve anything.
Probably try to read your guys' lips, and maybe we could do this, you know?
I'm going to text
I
you
can't hear you at all.
next.
Next to you.
Check your text. I got you here. Having your headphones in the bathroom is insanity. What was that about?
I mean, that was crazy. First of all, they're cord headphones, which is insane. By the way, I actually happen to have my headphones in my pocket, and I keep them in this little bag. Shout out Erica Fleischman Salon, promo code KFC. She made this for me.
How about now? We good?
Yeah.
I can hear it. It's beautiful. It's music to my ears, and it's beautiful. I can hear you guys.
How about
We called you handsome like 10 times. We kept saying how great you are.
I appreciate that. You know those videos on Facebook where they show like a kid who finally gets that ear implant in his ear and he can hear? That's what this feels like. It's a beautiful world. It was a dark world with Corona and riots, but now I can hear you boys.
How about you keeping your headphones in the bathroom?
Yeah, I mean, you know what I mean? When your wife's pregnant and you got to masturbate, you can't have the volume on, so you got to have earbuds. When you're pretending to take a shit and you're squeezing one out of your glue gun, you got to have some old school wired headphones.
Here's what I did when I was in that situation. I didn't have headphones in the bathroom. You're a revolutionary, my friend. I would put the volume all the way down to one stick, and I would look and I would listen. I'd look and I'd listen. I would sit there in the bathroom like this the whole time jerking off.
That's fucking unbelievable. Dude, Giannis, I was going to make fun of you. That is legitimately genius. Like, I just leave them in the drawer. Fucking genius.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I've been taking a lot more baths. My wife's like, you taking another bath? Why are you taking baths? I'm like, I don't know. To relax. She comes in there. The lights are out. I'm not even in the bath. I'm huddled behind the sink in the corner.
Oh my God! When's D-Day for you? When you become a dad?
October should be sometime in October. You know what a perfect time to be having a kid. You know,
bringing more life into this world because it's so full of hope and happiness. Here you go, Giannis Jr. You just do it, man. Don't fucking end this fucking minute.
I feel like I'm just gonna walk in the room and be like, "Hey, kid, look, you're gonna have to bite your own umbilical cord off and crawl out of here yourself if you want to make it in this world. Because only the strong are gonna survive in about a month after the apocalypse. So, what a time to bring a kid into the world! Jesus Christ."
The rest of the world might not be great, but I feel like it's a great time for you and Chrissy D. History Hyenas, it's blowing up. Bill Burr's in the mix. You got a new comedy network. I mean, that's about as That's the biggest like cosign you can get right now. I mean, that's incredible. You must have been over the fucking moon when that happened.
We were totally over the moon, but we did go to Barstool and see if you guys were going to offer us any cake, and it just didn't happen. So we had to go with option number 2.
Don't blame me. I did my thing. I've given up on that front. I make my recommendations, and they keep on fucking passing over them. But I wanted you guys more than anybody. It would have been great, but I told them take the Bill Burr deal, and we can still just keep doing our thing like this because I don't want to. I don't want to mix up friends with business and shit, but I would have signed you guys in a heartbeat, man. You guys are killing it.
Yeah, no, it was just great to meet Dave. I'm a big fan, and as always, we were just checking it out, seeing what was going on, and the synergy's always great with you guys.
How about I feel like
we had Bill on the show the other day, and I think what did Bill say that Giannis's character is? I think he said that your character creation is better than anything he's seen on SNL in 20 years. He gave a big compliment.
That is a big compliment. He never told me that. He just came on our podcast and spent 50 minutes telling me I needed to be more chipper because things were great. Yeah, Bill, things are looking real fucking good. Tell the world everything's gonna be okay again, Bill.
Bill Burr telling someone else to be more chipper is fucking rich. You know?
It's like me telling someone to get a fucking tan.
Yeah. There was one point in the conversation he was going like, I used to be just like you. I would get people in the green room and I would talk about the Bilderberg Group and banks. And he was like, and then I just cut him off and I said, yeah. And then you became the funniest fucking comedian on the planet while you were doing that. So what are you talking about? You want me to just walk around with a molested glow like I'm trying to convince people to become Mormon? I mean, the world is shit, Bill. What are you talking about? I'm just telling people the world is shit.
Yo, Bill clip about once the Kaepernick shit all stir up again, that clip of him in front of a fucking arena explaining what Kaepernick was trying to do and when, the people not listening, and you just hear the howl of 20,000 people laughing at him. That's got to be fucking nuts to do an arena show. I mean, we did the Wilbur once, and that's like a live podcast, not like a one-man show. I can't imagine doing even bigger theaters. You guys have done some theaters with Hyenas, but I feel like that's got to be like the holy grail for you guys, right? The arena.
Oh yeah. I mean, your theaters are fun. I think for comedy, actually, theaters are the perfect size. Once you start getting into the arena, you start to feel that sort of little dictator in you. It's a little dictatorial.
Yeah.
Where you don't really hear laughs, you hear cheers, and then next thing you know, you may just say something wild. It just may come out of nowhere, and you'd be like, you know what, we got to end these people, and you're like, and you're like, and then because it's just too many people to be watching a comedian.
It is. It's too much power. I mean, I remember Bill, I was getting a beer. This guy's going to the bathroom. It's not like a concert. It's a guy talking, and people are walking around doing whatever. And he had that crowd at least chuckling the whole fucking time. Punchlines would be a roar, but the whole time someone in that place was laughing. It is a little dictatorship. I can see that. I mean,
it is, yeah. Once you get to about 5,000-10,000, I mean, those are dictator numbers. Those are Trump numbers. I mean, you're pulling in. That's a Trump rally right there in the middle of Arkansas. 10 grand.
Big time.
I remember. Yeah, I don't know if you read Steve Martin's book, but he said there was a moment where he was at Yankee Stadium or something, and he had 10,000, 1,000 people in there. And they were all watching him on the big screen because they couldn't see him. And then he finished the show after he crushed and whatever. They were cheering. And he went back to the hotel room by himself. And that's when he decided to quit stand-up comedy. He was like, this is too big. I've gotten too big. It's not comedy anymore. Because when it's that big, it's just not comedy.
Yeah. Well, yeah. I mean, especially when you're used to a club, you're used to interacting with the people. And there's a heckler. And, it's like a little thing. When you've just got – When you're like a little speck in the middle of a stage in front of, I mean, it's just a totally different fucking.
Giannis, was that Born Standing Up?
Yes.
Yeah. I read that in college. That's a fucking great book.
It is.
I also didn't know his whole vagabond life and all that shit he had in LA, where he was just playing the banjo on the side of the road and shit. He's awesome.
Yeah, I think a lot of people don't even know that he was a stand-up before. They just thought he was an actor. Yeah.
So you guys do History Hyenas, which is, you tackle historical topics and stories and shit, but you're also doing comedy. I feel like I mean, you guys mostly go back in time, but in just a matter of like a couple of years or something, a History Hyenas podcast on the year 2020 is going to be a fucking dude. There's a lot to fucking tackle.
Yeah, we'll be doing it from like some sort of underground bunker through like a higher tech version of Zoom where, it's like, we got like bulletproof and sort of steel encased studios. I mean, if we get there, I mean, it seems like things, I mean, right now they could go one way or the other, and I hope they go one way. I hope they go back. I hope to see you guys in person again. This is getting fucking weird.
Well, here's my thing. I either hope it gets better or let's just get this over with and end this goddamn planet and just be fucking. I don't want a slow death. I don't want to bleed out. Just blow this thing up or let's get better one way or the other.
That's it. I mean, there's supposed to be like an Empire State Building sized meteor headed towards. I was like, couldn't we guide that a little closer?
Like if like everyone, like if you're in the car and you all lean forward, the car if we all just like swing left till we get the planet in the way of this fucking meteor. Here's the thing though, Yannis, we've decided we're out on any meteor talk unless it's like gonna fucking hit us. Because everyone said it's gonna come close and it's like a million miles away.
Yeah, you're right. So it's pointless.
Feits says that the Earth is the boy who cried meteor.
Yeah.
Once a month, we have a viral story about like there's a meteor coming. It's never even come. Like no one's even buzzed the tower. We're not even fucking. No one's scraped the ozone. There's nothing even in like I don't know. Are they in the same universe? I don't know what a universe is really, but are they even in the same universe?
Yeah, I mean, I don't even know if it's true. I mean, a couple of weeks ago, people were going like, if you go outside, you're gonna murder a grandma. And now everyone's going like, go outside, show your support, hug each other, get on each other's shoulders, spit in each other's mouths. As long as the hashtag is right, we're all going to be safe. So I don't know what the fuck is going on.
Yeah, that was very funny. The Blackout Tuesday thing. By like 9 a.m., everybody knew the hashtag thing. And the rest of the day, we all just started screaming, don't use the Black Lives Matter hashtag. People organized. What the fuck are you doing? And like nobody was doing it by then. Everybody got the message and we were still screaming down about it.
It was really funny. Like I didn't wake up till like 2 p.m. that day. And I had posted like a clip, a comedy clip. And my DMs were lit up like, what the fuck are you doing? What are you supposed to? And I'm like, dude, I just woke up. I didn't even know what we're supposed to do.
I texted Kevin at like I got up probably like 9:30. I texted Kevin at 10. I said, "Look, I'm posting the black square because I don't want to get yelled at." And like I just didn't want to be the outlier. Yeah. But the funnest thing that day was scrolling Instagram and like seeing either like the algorithm fucked up, right? So you got to post them yesterday, and seeing a picture posted and being like, "Those sons of bitches," and you scroll down a little more, like posted 19 hours ago. Like, all right,
yeah, I mean, for us right now, I mean, the microscope is on the three of us. You're a straight white male right now. When I leave the house, I got a Martin Luther King shirt on. I'm fucking smoking a blunt. I'm listening to Marvin Gaye. I mean, whatever you want me to do right now, whatever they ask me to do, I'm doing it.
That's progress right there, Yannis.
Can I get some more collard greens? We're eating collard greens right now.
That's how I am all the time. Whatever you want me to do, I'll do it. I'm very easily convinced or swayed, or I have no principles or anything like that. Like, what do you want me to do?
It doesn't matter anyway. Yannis, you're gonna have to get over waking up at 2 p.m. if you're gonna have a kid. You fucking idiot.
I know. Well, I'm trying to get my sleep in now. Did you binge like party before? Because I'm drinking every night. I'm smoking about 3 cigars a day. I'm doing everything going like I'm treating my daughter coming to the world like I'm dying and I need to do everything before she comes.
You should get it in before like it was a tough spot where when they can't drink or go out or do anything and you're just like, see you later, I'm gonna go fucking party. It gets dicey. So you got to get it in before she's fed up with that. Because that third trimester, it's not going to fly if she's sitting at home feeling like shit, and you're just like, well, I'm going to go smoke cigars and party and make up for 2 because I don't have to worry about this shit.
All right, I'm going to do cocaine tonight. I'm going to get it out of the way.
All right, we're going to wrap it up and get out of here on that note. Perfect way to end it. Go have yourselves a Friday fucking night. Jerk off in the bathroom with your headphones like Yannis. You can catch him on the History Hyenas podcast. You can follow him on all social, Yannis Pappas. We appreciate it, man. Thank you so much. And stay handsome, dude.
Yeah, I was
You
gonna say,
guys-
great to see you, handsome. You look unbelievable.
Thank you, guys. You guys look good too, man. I hope to see you soon in person. Touch you. I want to touch you.
Have a good one, man. We'll see you guys next month for another edition of Friday Night Pints. Until then, catch us on KFC Radio and Barstool Radio, all that nonsense, and we'll see you next week. Peace.